This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Contractor charged after allegedly wounding man with a knife. 45-year-old Alton Linton, a contractor of the Carteret Drive, Mandeville, Manchester, was arrested and charged with wounding with intent following an incident last Friday. Reports from the Mandeville police are that about 4 p.m., an argument developed between Linton and another man. It is alleged that Linton used a knife to inflict wounds to the man. The police were summoned and Linton was arrested and subsequently charged. His court date is being finalized. $12 million Negro Sign came at no cost to taxpayers, says Steve Wright. Senior advisor and a strategist in the tourism ministry, Delano Steve Wright, says the recent unveiled $12 million Negro Sign came at no cost to taxpayer and is among the lowest priced sign attractions of its type in the world. Developed by the Tourism Product Development Company Limited, the Negril Jam Iconic Experience sign attraction has triggered a backlash on social media, with some Jamaicans declaring it a waste of money. However, in a press release, Steve Wright noted that the project is essentially paid for by tourists via government tourism enhancement fund charges of US $20 for each and every incoming airline passengers and US $2 for cruise passengers. The sign also comes in well below similar touristic signage in other countries, which range from around 88 million Jamaican dollars for the famous Toronto sign attraction in Canada to 510 million Jamaican dollars for the popular Welcome to Florida sign attraction in the United States, the release stated. Steve Wright explained that the cost for the Negro Sign attraction includes surveys, soil test, lay-by, walkway, retaining wall, signage platform, fabrication and installation of lettering, landscaping, advanced solar lighting, and highway tension barriers. He also noted that the sign, which is located on the Hanover side of the resort town, sections of which were also in Westmoreland, is already a huge attraction, generating from locals and foreigners alike, and will undoubtedly contribute to enhancing Negril, which earned approximately US $1 billion in tourism revenues for Jamaica in 2019. Steve Wright further stated that accessible photo and videographic experiences within destinations in this hyper-social media climate, stretching from Instagram, TikTok to Facebook, provide visitors with an additional incentive to travel longer and capture scenic shots as part of their vacation experience. He said that it is intended that the existence of these sites will also provide the home destination with user-generated content for marketing, which has a multiplier effect in attracting audiences. Teen charged with wounding with intent after bar fight. A 19-year-old boy was charged with wounding with intent after stabbing a man with a pair of scissors earlier this month. The teenager is Devon Scott, otherwise called Tommy, of Morante District, Morante Bay, St. Thomas. Reports from the Morante Bay police are that about 11:40 p.m. on September 2, Scott was at a bar when an argument developed between him and another man that escalated into a tussle. Scott subsequently used the scissors to stab the man several times. The man was transported to hospital, where he was admitted in critical condition. Scott was taken into custody, where he was later charged. His court date is being finalized. Ministry of Health investigating suspected Monk Epoxy death. The Ministry of Health and Wellness is investigating whether a recent death was caused by the monkeypox virus. This, as the ministry is reporting 5 new monkeypox cases. It says that the cases were reported between September 7 and 12. This brings the total number of infections to 12. Education Minister condemns a stabbing of security guard by parent in St. James. Minister of Education Favour Williams has condemned the stabbing of a security guard at the Herbert Morrison Technical High School in St. James by a parent. Williams says that the incident, which occurred on Friday, was totally unacceptable and outrageous behavior by a parent. It is reported that the security guard attempted to bar a parent from entering the school's compound because he considered her deportment in violation of the school's dress code. The parent allegedly insisted on being allowed to enter the premises, and the ensuing argument escalated. The parent is reported to have used a pair of scissors to stab the security guard. This kind of behavior is to be condemned in the strongest possible terms. We cannot expect to set a good example to our children by resorting to violence when we have disagreements. Last Friday's incident, as reported and captured on phone videos, suggests that this attack took place in full view of students. This is outrageous and cannot be condoned, Williams said in a statement today. Where parents or guardians are in disagreement with the school's regulations, they should seek to have their concerns raised at the Parent-Teachers Association meetings and with the administration. We must set better examples for our children overall, and especially as we are calling on parents to ensure their children obey the school rules, Williams added. Families and businesses guilty of supporting lotto scamming, says Wayne Joseph. Senior Superintendent Wayne Joseph, commander for the Westmoreland Police Division, says family members and businesses who are beneficiaries of the proceeds of lottery scamming are guilty of supporting the rampant criminality plaguing the Western Parish. Even decent law-abiding citizens, we find that they themselves sometimes have sons, nephews, cousins, and so on, who are involved in lottery scamming, and they are now buying into that notion that they are not doing anything wrong. They are just taking back the money that the white people stole from us in slavery, said Joseph. He said they are ignoring the fact that these scammers are usually involved in serious crimes. The thing is, with those spoils from the lottery scamming, they are buying illegal guns and they are killing people. But because some persons are finding that their house is being added on and they have a nice vehicle, they play a blind eye to it, Joseph said. The senior superintendent was speaking during last Thursday's stakeholders meeting in Westmoreland. There are also situations where other persons are benefiting indirectly. They might not be making money directly from lottery scamming, but when it is booming, the security companies make more money because people are in fear, said Joseph. As to the businesses benefiting from the trickle-down effect of lottery scamming, Joseph says that even the morgues are benefiting. You find that hardware stores and so on, they sell more steel, more sand, more cement because the scammers are spending money and houses are being built up. Morgues, they make more money, they use the car places, they make more money, so people are benefiting indirectly from the lottery scamming, said Joseph. Based on intelligence gathered by the police over several years, the police have developed irrefutable proof that lottery scamming is fueling the high murder rate in several Western parishes, as the scammers are using the proceeds from their illicit activities to buy guns and finance gangs. Since the beginning of the year, Westmoreland recorded 104 murders, which is an increase of 29 murders recorded in the same period in 2021. Commuters stranded as bus operators strike in West Rural St. Andrew. Several commuters and students in West Rural St. Andrew were left stranded Monday morning after bus operators withdrew their services. There have been reports that some roads have been blocked with debris and burning tires, and the commuters who live in areas such as Stony Hill and the Lawrence Tavern are unable to get to work or school. According to Edgerton Newman, president of the Transport Operators Development Sustainable Services, the protest action is a direct result of building frustration on the part of bus operators with the draconian activities of the police force and the Transport Authority. I had a marathon meeting with them last Sunday night and begged them not to take strike action. Scores of bus operators voiced their concerns, and I told them I would be communicating with the Minister of Transport, but the operators took the action this morning, Newman told the news. We're begging them don't block the roads and don't burn tires, and they're doing just that in sections of West Rural St. Andrew. Thousands of commuters have been affected in the area who have to travel between Lawrence Tavern and Kingston, as the roads have been blocked at intervals along the main thoroughfare. There are reports of demonstrations in Manor Park as well. The bus operators are very angry at the level of harassment from the police force, Newman said. Newman pointed to the bus operators' belief that there was an open collusion between police officers and the record companies based on shared profits for impounding the buses of bus operators. The police have been taking away buses from operators because they have a 40-grade tint. Instead of taking the buses away, the police should order the bus operator to take the tint off the bus. It would cost nothing. If he doesn't remove the tint and they take away his plates, it would cost him $7,000 to get it back. But when you take away his bus on a wrecker, he has to pay $25,000 for a wrecker fee, a pound fee, and it can cost as much as $40,000 to get back the bus, plus the loss of income. People must be frustrated, he said. There are police officers who benefit from the practice of wrecking buses, Newman said. Newman also disclosed that indiscriminate ticketing by cops of traffic offenses is a problem. He said the policy of ticketing bus operators for not stopping at the proper bus stops may have been the straw that broke the camel's back. The tint is the main problem, but bus operators are also complaining that the cops are targeting them by handing out tickets for traffic offenses that make life harder for them. Case in point, there was a time when there was 11 bus stops on Constant Spring, between Manor Park and Halfway Tree. Now there are only 4 bus stops. A cop can stay at Mary Brown's corner and see that the bus driver made 4 wrong stops and just hands out 4 tickets one time. Passengers are used to certain stops for 20 years because the new stops are inconvenient to them, because there are no businesses close by to them, but no one is listening to them, Newman argued. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.